Have you ever wondered why the US military was expelled from Mali? This enigma unfolds over an era stretching from the dawn of the 21st century to the present day. Our journey commences at the dawn of the new millennium, a time when Mali was on the cusp of witnessing a phase of escalating turmoil. As the shadows of chaos started to loom larger, the US military, functioning under the aegis of its Africa Command, often referred to as AFRICOM, had to step. AFRICOM initiated its operations in Mali, adopting an approach of increasing its foothold gradually. This was a strategic move, a response to the growing unrest, with the objective of restoring peace and stability in the region. However, this saga, spanning 2 decades, ultimately culminated in an unexpected expulsion. The US military, under the umbrella of its Africa Command, or AFRICOM, began ramping up its presence in the country. Fast forward to 2010, and the situation in Mali was becoming increasingly volatile. By this point, Mali, a landlocked country in West Africa, was no longer the peaceful nation it once was. Political instability, economic hardships, and social unrest were beginning to take a toll on its people. Amidst this chaos, a coup was staged in 2012. This unforeseen event shocked the world, plunging the country into a deeper state of turmoil. The coup was followed by a sudden rise in violence, further complicating the situation. The ongoing instability eventually led to full-blown crisis, a crisis that not only threatened the peace and stability of Mali, but also sent shockwaves through the international community. In response, the US, along with its international allies, made a collective decision. They responded by increasing its military presence in the country in an attempt to restore peace and order. However, by 2016, there was growing discontent among the local population. This was a year marked by change and turmoil, as angry voices began to rise from the masses. There was a palpable tension in the air, as demands for justice started to reverberate through towns and cities, punctuating the once placid atmosphere of the region. The heart of this upheaval lay in accusations, damaging, haunting accusations that raised questions about the actions of those who were supposed to protect them. The US military, along with its allies, became the primary targets of these allegations. Detailed reports of human rights abuses began to surface, painting a grim picture of abuse of power and disregard for human dignity. These disturbing revelations weren't taken lightly by the local citizens. Anger and resentment simmered, eventually culminating in large-scale protests. These weren't just demonstrations of dissent, but strong calls for change. They demanded accountability, transparency, and most importantly, the withdrawal of the military forces. And so, this chorus of dissent led to protests and calls for their withdrawal. The tipping point came in 2020 when allegations of a bloody massacre perpetrated by US-backed forces rocked the international community and led to widespread outrage. News of this horrific event quickly spread across nations, causing condemnation and shock to ripple across the world. People from all corners of the globe raised their voices, demanding justice for the victims of the alleged massacre. The Malian, caught off guard by the sheer scale of the international outcry, found itself under immense pressure from both its citizens and international peers. Faced with intense scrutiny and widespread demand for accountability, they were cornered into making a decision that would reverberate across the globe. After intense deliberations and mounting pressure, the government took a decisive and bold step that no one expected. They made the unprecedented decision to expel the US military. So, to summarize, the US military's expulsion from Mali resulted from a sequence of incidents over 2 decades. It began with an escalated US military presence due to increasing instability, met by rising local opposition fueled by human rights abuse claims. The situation intensified with a massacre allegation in 2020, prompting the Malian government's decision to oust the US military. This tale is a vivid illustration of international relations and military intervention complexities. It emphasizes the vital role of transparency, accountability, and human rights respect in all military actions. It also underscores the influence of public opinion in guiding government decisions, even in national security and international relations matters. So the next time you hear about a military intervention, remember the tale of the US military in Mali. This saga is not your run-of-the-mill military anecdote, but a captivating canvas of courage, determination, and strategic prowess. It's an arresting narrative that sparks curiosity and commands respect. Diving into it, you will find layers of complexity and compelling elements of human spirit. You will encounter tales of valor, strategic brilliance, and extraordinary resilience. The story of the U.S. military in Mali is a unique amalgamation of military strategy, diplomatic negotiations, and humanitarian aid. It's an epic that intertwines warfare and diplomacy, power and compassion, resilience and hope. It brings to the fore the immense challenges, the intensity of conflict, and the relentless struggle for peace. It's a testament to the audacity of the U.S. military, its commitment to peacekeeping, and its indomitable spirit. This story goes beyond the realms of typical military interventions, presenting a kaleidoscope of emotions, revealing the intricate tapestry of international relations and the formidable power of collective effort. It's a narrative that showcases the inherent uncertainties of warfare and the unyielding resolve of those who strive for peace. It's a story that's worth remembering.